the last decade or so, Manchester City has grown exponentially to become one of the biggest clubs in the world. With all the success they're currently enjoying, you think that it's all rosy in the blue half of Manchester. But that's far from the truth. These are things Manchester City don't want you to know. But they should have hidden it better, because you know I'll surely always find out and bring you all the scoop right here. So, my people, here are 10 things Man City wanted to keep secret from you. And the first thing Man City wanted to keep secret is... Come closer. Shh. They cheated to win! In February 2023, Man City got hit with the mother of all bombshells. The Premier League came down hard, charging them with not 1, not 10, not even 50, but a jaw-dropping 100 financial rule violations between 2009 and 2018. Can you believe it? During that time, they won 3 Premier League titles, so all those trophies are suspicious. The Premier League has since passed the case on to an independent commission, and that means that it's going to take a while before judgment is passed, and the guys at Man City wanted to go under the radar, just like their punishment. Wait, did you just say punishment? Yes, City got caught and punished, and that's the number 2 secret Man City never wanted you to find out about. UEFA also charged Man City. Yep, they also broke UEFA's financial fair play rules, and they got a judgment. The club always denies everything. I mean, what else do you expect them to do? But in February 2020, the hammer of justice struck hard. UEFA slapped them with a 2-season European competition ban and a 30 million euro fine, which is kinda cheap. I mean, that's chicken change for the oil billionaires that own City. Anyway, you know what else the club would want to keep secret? The fact that they somehow wiggled their way out of any substantial punishment for the crimes. Yes, Man City were let off the hook. After the ruling by UEFA, Man City didn't let up. Nah, they insisted they were innocent and took the case to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. There, the ban was overturned, and the fine got slashed to a mere 10 million euros. Why? They said the breaches happened too long ago for UEFA to do anything about them. So listen, they didn't even declare them innocent. They just said it happened too long ago for any punishment to be given to them. And what makes all this even wilder is that if UEFA's ban had actually stood, Man City would still be without a Champions League trophy and without a European treble. Now, I'm not saying that Man City did anything criminal to get out of that, but all I know is that something about this whole deal feels shady, and they surely don't want anybody to know that. But guess what? They might have escaped that punishment through whatever means, but a huge one could still catch up with them. Yes, Manchester City could actually get expelled from the Premier League. No jokes. One of the punishments they could face from the Premier League's ongoing investigation is expulsion from the league. Can you imagine Pep Guardiola coaching Haaland and De Bruyne in the lower leagues against Stoke and Sunderland? Yo, that's too wild to even imagine. Also, it's worth noting that, unlike the case with UEFA, City won't be able to appeal this time around. Nah, for real, this one is really scary. So while they're celebrating and feeling on top of the world, Man City are also hoping that all of this scary news would just be swept under the carpet. You know what else they would hope would be swept under the carpet? The fact that they once went on a 35-year trophy drought. These days, Man City cannot seem to go a single season without winning a trophy. In fact, a single season without them winning the Premier League, and the fans will feel like they failed. But up until the 2000s, this feeling was very alien to them. Between 1976 and 2011, Manchester City did not win any single major trophy. They won the Football League Cup, what is now known as the Carabao Cup, in 1976, and that was the last piece of silverware they laid their hands on until 2011 when they won the FA Cup. 35 whole years without a trophy. Trust me, Manchester City wants you to forget all about that. But you know what Man City doesn't want you to forget about? Liking this video and subscribing to this channel. So why not quickly go do it right now before we get back to the video? Done? Great! Now back to revealing Man City's secrets. Manchester City doesn't want you to know the real business behind Erling Haaland Haaland's transfer. On paper, he was bought for £51.2 million and only earns about £19.5 million per year, putting him behind De Bruyne in the list of the club's highest paid players. But in reality, his transfers and wages cost a lot more than that. First of all, let's just get it out of the way. He's the highest paid player in Manchester City and in the Premier League even. In addition to his £19.5 million base salary, Haaland earns an extra £24.7 million in bonuses every year. That means that he goes home with about £44.2 million every year, which is approximately £850k every week. Guess what? That's higher than Messi currently earns at Inter Miami. What about his transfer fees? Man City wants you to think that Haaland was such a bargain at a lowly £51.2 million, but a lot more was paid for him to move to England. His agents were paid £42 million, while his dad was paid £25 million just for that one move to happen. Add up all those numbers and you get £118.2 million. So technically, Erling Haaland is the most expensive player in Premier League history because Enzo Fernandez cost Chelsea just £106.8 million. Manchester City definitely don't want you to know this. You know what else they don't want you to know? That financial foul play is their identity. You think these allegations of financial foul play just started when Sheikh Mansour took over? Nah, not at all. In fact, you only think that because the club has done well in keeping their history a secret. But I'll tell you now, Manchester City won their first major trophy, the FA Cup, in 1904. And a few years after that victory, they were slapped with all sorts of allegations about financial irregularities. This time around, they were found guilty and were duly punished. 17 of their players were suspended as a result of their foul play. Yes, 17! So maybe, after all, breaking financial fair play laws is in Manchester City's DNA. Now here's another crazy thing Man City don't want you to know. They were once more successful than Manchester United. You see, City like to claim that they're the underdogs in the neighboring rivalry, so it looks more impressive when they win. But the truth is that they're actually the ones who got a good head start, but they just cannot keep up with their neighbors. You don't believe this? Manchester City are the first Manchester club to win a major trophy. Crazy as it sounds, that's very true. That was back in 1904. Fast forward to 1968, they beat United to the league title. Then in 1974, it was a Manchester City goal from Dennis Law that confirmed Man United's relegation from the first division. So don't let any City fans sell you that underdog sob story. That's BS. It were the bigger Manchester club back then, but now they're only playing catch-up. And again, that's only because of financial foul play. You know something else they don't want you to know? They don't want you to know how they won the 1969 FA Cup and the 1970 League Cup. But I'll tell you, they basically won those trophies by stealing from AC Milan. I kid you not. Manchester City wants you to see them as a hugely influential club that doesn't steal or copy from any other club. But they actually stole Milan's colors back then because the assistant manager at the time thought that they would get some luck by adopting the colors of a much more successful club. How original. But well, it worked. City picked up the red and black colors from AC Milan and made it their away colors, and it actually did bring them success. They played the 1969 FA Cup Final, 1970 League Cup Final, and 1970 Winners' Cup Final in their red and black away colors instead of their home sky blue colors. And they won each of those games. So technically, City owe a bit of their success to AC Milan. Finally, something Man City once swept under the carpet ASAP is the fact that they once lost an FA Cup final to a relegated team. In 2013, Manchester City got to the final of the FA Cup and they were to face Wigan Athletic. Man City had won the Premier League the previous year and were second on the table behind United that season. So as expected, they were favorites to claim the trophy against a Wigan team which was in the relegation zone. Guess what? The team that would be relegated ended up embarrassing City by beating them and claiming the trophy, making history on City's head. With that win, Wigan became the first club in history to win the FA Cup and get relegated from the first division of English football in the same season. City let that happen and they wish that you'd forget that forever. Anyway, who would you like me to expose next? Let me know in the comments.